Doody, howdy doody all. Welcome back after our Christmas break. Hope you all had a nice time. Ryder from Shang-Tu today. And I was looking forward to getting back on the Marco Polo wagon. Haha. um, I think to begin with, it's important to say that I'm beginning to find the reconstructions a little frustrating. For whatever reason, there seems to be little to talk about. Or no, I'll rephrase that. It seems to be harder to talk about the things that I feel I want to talk about, because you're kind of interpreting all the way along. It's like an extra layer, an extra barrier in the way of actually engaging with an episode. But equally, we're forced to use what we've got, and that's what we've got. So, all in all, this is a pretty good episode. The resolution from the cliffhanger was nicely done, with the TARDIS team reintegrating themselves with Marco Polo after the suspicion that had arisen in the previous episode. We had a fight scene, which with still photography is going to be difficult, but the Doctor brandishes a sword. I wish we could see what he'd done with it. One would have hoped that Hartnell would have not played it for laughs, but been clever with it, but we'll never know. So, or at least we don't know at the moment. So that was all well and good, and then we got what actually probably was a really nicely put together historical episode. We had the resolution of the cliffhanger. We had a bit of history rammed in. The titular rider of Shang-Tu. We learned all about these riders, which is incredible. They rode 300 miles on horses a day. They used to have little bells so people would know after every 3 miles that they need a new horse, and then they jump on the new horse and just keep riding. And I enjoyed that. We also got a little bit of an info dump whereby City was described as the Wide City, as this particular city is known by Marco Polo in his own dump. Then we got a nice comedy character, which everybody clearly enjoyed, whether it was the still was from a take or from the television. Everybody's pissed themselves laughing at this guy going, "Oh yes, we can't put the TARDIS in the garden, can we?" So that was all good fun. And then it all ramped up to a nice cliffhanger whereby Susan gets nabbed by Tigana, even though it looked like we managed to escape and whiz off to the Keys of Marinus, which of course would be a blessing in disguise. But all being said and done, again, a little bit bored of Marco Polo. And I honestly think majority of that is down to the reconstruction. I'm still thinking that Marco Polo is well played and Tigana's nicely handled. I really think that this story could sing if only we could appreciate it in the way that it was meant to be appreciated. So instead of rabbiting on about something that I can tell you very little about with great authority, I wanted to say it struck me when watching today's episode how the TARDIS is really coveted in this story, and how it has taken me slightly by surprise just how early on the blue box, which is now mythologized, the madman in the blue box. Oh, we've driven around TARDIS, and we have another story where the TARDIS, becomes sentient, or whatever, or vocally sentient. But even this early on, for reasons that people can't fully understand, they want the TARDIS. And there were lots of stills of the TARDIS being in places. At the end, we got an image of the TARDIS in this stable, and to try and drag back some film theory that I did at university, that mise en scène, is that right? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Nobody watches this, nobody cares. But as in the structure of the scene, this is how I remember this phrase, the way the scene is structured, everything, TARDIS, bang in the middle. Now obviously this would have been a moving image, probably, to a certain extent, and the multi-camera setup, that's the way the thing was done. But just the way that the TARDIS from episode 1 has been set up as something pretty special. I think that's David Whittaker, based upon what I've read around the earliest Doctor and people's understanding of how these episodes were structured. But if you think about all the stories, the TARDIS has been a massively central component. And I think when I was talking about Edge of Destruction, I was saying, oh, the TARDIS is a bit sentient. Oh, how clever for them to whack this in this early on. But no, I think they're much cleverer than that. I really think that the TARDIS has been set up to be something incredibly special, even though it's on a very practical level for the TARDIS crew, as it is their means of escape, and the Doctor doesn't fully, as poetically refer to the TARDIS as he will do later in his life. The way that the other characters in this particular story react to the TARDIS has set it up as being something amongst the gods, something very special anyway. And I think that's really positive. I think that's really good. Something I didn't quite get before. Anyway, yeah, only 2 more episodes. We're going to meet Kublai Khan next episode. Woohoo! And only 2 more episodes, and then we're off. So, I hate to say I'm trying to rush through Marco Polo, but I am a bit, because I'm desperate to get to Keys of Marinus. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.